Okay, now then, I think it's, I mean, let's just show you a basic kind of look of the room here, because it is quite a very strange... I can understand why Brian and Greg, when they spent the night here, it is quite a sort of... I mean, I don't know if you can see all of this up here. You can see all the ceiling, and, oh, it's actually quite grim. And down here, you've got to be really, really careful, is a nice big drop with a... Obviously, we've got a light down there, but it's not a particularly nice place here at all. And maybe it'd be a good idea if we get Derek in. What do you think? OK, Derek, are you there? Come on in, Derek.
Hiya, Beth.
Hello, love.
Hi.
This is a horrible room.
Well, the energy in the room is best part residual energy. However, at times I feel that this energy intermingles with the energy of activity. And that activity is caused, I feel, now, and it seems to be springboarding me around my auric field at the moment, especially when I come through the doorway.
Is it a good idea to actually go and stand near the doorway?
I think it is, actually, yes, because it may enhance itself more. But it's like as if it followed me back. And, oh, that's better, right, yeah. OK. Oh. Now, this energy, now, what it's actually doing to me, it's making me feel, and I certainly don't suffer with this in my physical body, but as if I've got palpitations here, and that is in memory of something here with this male. Oh, not an old man, this. His energy is relatively young. I would say he would be younger than me in the essence of his energy. And it's like as if, I just feel as if this man dropped. He dropped, and it was not by the hand of another. He certainly wasn't murdered. He found himself alone, this was, I feel, because I'm getting this feeling of agitation with him, that he left his physical body and no one was around. And this is why he still treads up and down here, going through that misery of the feeling of looking down at himself. I'm getting a mental picture of a bedroom. And this mental picture is sticking rigidly with me here. And he's making it stick rigid with me. And it's as if he's lying there with his legs at the end of the bed. And I'm looking down at him. And he was quite a young man. What was that? OK. OK. I feel that this person, this man, poor soul, would have suffered some kind of major heart attack. Down. And just for a couple of seconds, those feelings in the residual energy stay with me.
Can we take the lights down just while you're doing there? I think it might be quite nice there. I don't think we can take the lights down too much in this room. We can only take them down a little bit. And
I feel his agitation roams up these upper levels here because, you know, there's a secrecy. Oh, my mind goes to like a feeling of, I'm secret. What is secret? There's a secrecy. I'm secret about something, and this is an agitation with him also, that he didn't, he was found, he'd already left his physical body, and there's this, I can't get through or break through the secret, but there's a secrecy connected with him, and it's like, can I use these words, Phil? It's like, I'm going to my grave, or I've come to my grave, or I've left my physical body, and no one really knows. No one really knows. It's like he's making me feel here. He is definitely not residual energy. This one walks... Who is it, Sam?
Give us a name, Derek.
W. Go on. W what? What does that stand for? OK, you want me to say that full link, OK? He's given me whatever that stands for. W, and he's spelling it S-C-O-T-T. Scott.
W. Scott.
I feel it must be W and a connection with Scott. It stopped there with him. This man would have only been... I feel he would have only been in his 40s.
Do you have a mental picture of him? Is there any way of you describing how he looks or what he wears or anything like that?
Which I did get briefly. A man that would probably... I'm not very good with age, with spirit people, but he wasn't in any way elderly. This man would be quite young for passing in the manner in which he did.
Did you just touch my hip then?
I don't think so.
You did.
Did I?
Did you touch my hip?
No, I didn't.
Did you do that?
No.
I didn't see his hand go over to you.
Honestly,
Okay, did you feel something then?
I just felt somebody poke me in my left hip.
Well, I don't...
No, it wasn't
because
me.
I'd look from that angle there.
Yeah, I put my clip down like that, but I'm nowhere.
We've got to take into consideration, he'd be listening to this conversation right now.
Is he in... Does he come in sort of visitation, as you say, or is he resident here?
This man, I feel, is actually here.
I have to say, the spelling out S-C-O-T-T, Richard Felix, why are you so excited about that?
Because I was spelling it out as he said it. George Gilbert Scott's grandson died in this hotel, but he was here under a
George
pseudonym.
Gilbert Scott was the architect of this hotel.
So, of course, this chap staying there would be proud, wouldn't it? It was his granddad. His granddad created it. Proud man, that gentleman saw in that room. I'm wondering whether I'm perhaps wrong, and it wasn't the manager's office, but this could well have been a room set aside at the back of this building for other purposes, because you must remember that Mr. Scott...
What do you mean,
other purposes? This is an area of red light district as well, still is to this day around King's Cross Station. Perhaps, because this gentleman was actually here under a pseudonym. He was not staying here under his own name, and he died of a heart attack. I daren't say more.
And in fact, Derek does say he has palpitations and in his 40s. Tell us more about that.
Well, it was a very posh room. I wonder whether it was, as I say, for the ladies of the night. I wonder whether he actually...
What are you saying, Richard Felix?
I'm saying there's every possibility that he was having an illicit affair with someone here and probably died in bed.
With a lady of the night?
Who knows?
Loving that. Love that. Kieran, come on. What do you make of this now? Don't tell me it's interesting.
I won't.
He's come out with Scott, and Scott is the grandson. We know he died in this hotel.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Yes, it is very good, and at least we're not just getting first names, which is always a frustration in these sort of cases.
You wanted a surname. You've got
one. I
one.
wanted a surname, and I've got one. However, it's Scott. It's the son of the architect. Famous because he's the architect of this particular hotel. And again, I have to take issue with, is this information in the public domain? Could it have been found out before? And that's what I have to stick with.
So you're still remaining a sceptic at this point?
Yes. Yes.
Don't go away. Stay with us. We'll see you in just a few minutes' time. Now, it's time to go to the next of our supposedly haunted locations here in the Midland Grand Hotel. It is time to see the stairwell, the East Stairwell. In 1873, the East Wing opened to the public, 3 years before the rest of the hotel became active. It is here on the public stairwell that a young maid plunged to her death while serving at the hotel. Whether she fell or whether she jumped, the exact details are very vague, but the hotel gave distinct signals when they raised the handrails to prevent any subsequent accidents. Could she be the figure of the girl seen hovering on the staircase? Our two most haunted viewers, Anthony Massey and Emma Mackenzie, both arrived at the hotel to uncover the mystery of the East Wing stairwell. With the aid of a digital camera, they set about trying to capture a ghost on film using spirit photography.
How are you feeling now?
Really scared.
Why are you scared? Well, we've just asked to if she'd show herself. We did hear a shuffle, which did seem closer than any of the noises that we've heard before. Yeah, put it down to any paranormal activity, but there was a shuffle. There was. We heard it. It sounded like it was coming from just there.
Don't leave me. Anthony, please come here. Don't.
Still feeling scared?
Yeah. Even more so as time goes by.
It's getting darker and colder.